Analysis. Douglas Herbert, our international affairs editor, joins me on set.
Hi, Karen.
Doug, controversy then is already dogging Donald Trump as he arrives in Saudi Arabia, but clearly he doesn't see it as a problem.
Yeah, well, first of all, the headline isn't controversy dogging Donald Trump. That's hardly breaking news. But the breaking news here is that this is more than just a gift. It's the nature of the gift, and it's the fact that it potentially flies in the face of the U.S. Constitution. First, what is this about? What he's talking about there is the reports that the Trump administration is poised to accept is considering a gift from the Qatar royal family of a $400 million luxury jetliner, a Boeing jetliner, which is being called a palace in the sky, which would be retrofitted and turned into Air Force One. For the reasons that you heard, Boeing, which normally supplies the president's official plane, Air Force One, is taking a long time to make his jets. So, hey, it's a gift and it's free. Why not accept it from the Qataris? Well, why not? Let's cut to the constitutional chase, Karis. I want to put up on our screen something that has a long and complicated a word. It's referred to as the emoluments clause of the Constitution, but what it really is the title of nobility clause. And as you can see there, it says, no title of nobility shall be granted by the U.S., and no person holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress, except of any present emolument, office, or title of any kind whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state. There it is, Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8 of the U.S. Constitution. Now, why is that a big deal? This is the reason that this has kicked up such an ethical and potentially legal firestorm. It is obviously nothing new that people in public office and politicians have been accused in the past of accepting gifts or titles, leveraging their positions for private gain, as would seem to be the case here, even though Donald Trump denies it. The problem is, this is so in your face, blatant and egregious as a gift. We're talking a $400 million plane. And what it really does is, when you think about it, it raises concerns not just of security, right? You have a foreign state basically flying what's supposed to be the most secure transport vehicle used by the U.S. president to go around the world. So this plane would have to be dismantled, checked out by the U.S. military, make sure there are no bugs, chips, anything else in it monitoring him. But beyond that, it goes right to the heart of all the worries about the corruption and the wheeling dealing that have been at the heart, critics say, of the Trump administration, going back to its first term. You'll remember the first term, what was the big debate? It was about wealthy donors doing business in back then, it was a Trump-owned hotel in the heart of Washington, D.C. Later, after his first term, you had his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, getting a $2 billion investment from a Saudi government-linked sovereign wealth fund. All of these have bad optics, Karis. You might say, well, technically, legally, everything, he's doing everything by the book. It doesn't look good. And like I said, this is being considered. The Qatari government's considering it. It might not happen in the end if it meets too much resistance and pushback. So far, not much from Republicans, but some.
All right, Doug Herbert, thank you very much for that analysis. We're going to keep an eye on the tarmac there to see when Donald Trump eventually steps out and how the rest of this trip unfolds.